If you buy plaques, promotional items, or need other gifts for business or personal use, chances are if you live in Schaumburg, you're familiar with the Finer Line. And joining us here today on The Go Show is Mark Case, the owner of the Finer Line. And Mark, welcome to The Go Show.
Thank you.
Tell us a little bit about how you got started and how long you've been here in Schaumburg.
My business as of this month will be 16 years old. It's actually a pretty interesting story how we got started. My wife and I got our prom charms engraved at a local engraving store, and they had a help wanted sign. So it was my senior year. I got the prom charm done and applied for that job and worked there for 4 years and realized it was something I really enjoyed doing and decided to go off and do it on my own. And started our first location with one other employee, Joan, my mother-in-law, and she helped us kind of get off the ground. And that was a 1,400 square foot store. Then we, after 7 years, moved to a 2,800 square foot store. And now we're here. We've been here 4 years, and this is about just over 7,800 square feet. So.
And do you still offer prom charms?
Oh yes, absolutely. So,
in addition to the prom charms, what other kind of goods and services do you offer?
Well, I like to consider ourselves doing a lot of custom high-end stuff. We do a lot of glass, crystal, and marble, which is very unique. A lot of engraving stores will do your prom charms and stuff like that, but we like to pride ourselves on doing the unique. So something like a photo reproduced into glass or marble, or a plaque or an award, something of that nature. We specialize in that. We also do promotional products, like you mentioned. So anything from a golf ball to jackets and apparel, we can handle all that sort of thing.
What's the largest project you've ever worked on?
Ooh. I would probably say a project for Honeywell, and that was very, very large. Took us about 4 months to launch, but it included doing a custom website for them, full catalog, product selection, creating an e-commerce site, picking all the products that are going to go in there, and figuring out ways to make sure it goes smoothly.
So your business is more than just the plaques and trophies and promotional items. You're also doing commercial websites?
Yes, absolutely. It's an added value to these larger companies that want a branded site with just their product on it. We've got a lot of turnkey websites that we can just take snapshot images of products with their logo already branded on it, approved by communications through their department, so they know when the employee goes on there and they're purchasing something with the logo on it, it's approved by corporate, and then we can ship within 24 to 48 hours to anywhere in the world.
These aren't your grandfather's presentation items, are they? What's new in presentations and trophies and gifts these days?
Well, again, unique items. It would be like the marble. That's not real traditional. You're not going to find it in a lot of so-called trophy stores. So we deal with a lot of that sort of thing. Very heavy.
Do you do all this work in-house?
Yeah, all the lasering, engraving, sandblasting is all done right here. This particular piece, we actually sandblast it and then put it right in there and color fill it. But it makes for a really substantial, real impressive award. Kind of beats your traditional trophy top plastic piece. We also have lasers. Lasers can produce some really detailed product like this. This is acrylic, so though it has a real high-end look, it doesn't have a price tag associated with that. Some resins. This is real unique. Newer technology. This is actually made out of a plastic, and they've plated it in real metal. So you have the touch and the feel of metal, but again, not the cost associated with it. And with the plastics and resins, you can get a lot of detail. We actually do this particular one for Northrop Grumman.
Maybe you could show us how you would do the engraving, the laser. I'm sure that everybody out there is interested to see what your shop is like behind the scenes.
That'd be great. Love to show you.
With us right now is the beautiful Lynx Technology Cup, which was provided by Mark and Finer Line to the Lynx Technology golf outing benefiting the Schaumburg Park Foundation in August. And this trophy actually started as a scratch and dent special from eBay. And we brought it to Mark. And Mark, can you tell us about the process that you took to take the trophy from the eBay special to this beautiful piece that you see today?
Well, it did need a little bit of work. The first step was to buff out all the imperfections in the trophy. This actually had a little finial top, no golfer on it. So we chopped that little finial off, made room for this pewter golfer. It was soldered to the top. Yep, not a problem. Then once this was soldered on, we had the whole thing plated. Brought it back in here. We set up the Lynx Technology logo and also the Schaumburg Park Foundation logo. We went ahead and engraved it into there. Also threaded a bolt up into the middle so it could be mounted to the base. And of course added the plates for our future winners. But and then finally that lid had to be secured back on. But again, shows how we can be a little bit more than your typical awards shop by doing all these different steps to restore something like this. But very nice piece.
So something from Grandma's attic could be turned into a beautiful family memento or heirloom.
Absolutely.
With just a little bit of creativity.
Yeah. Matter of fact, Arlington Park Racecourse. That's where they get a majority of their stuff. Estate sales do the same thing, bring it to us. We polish them up, re-engrave them, and then they give them to the jockeys and the owners of the horses.
It's possible to re-engrave something.
Yeah, buffing it out first,
Wow.
though. Buff it out and then plate it. Or in their case, a lot of their stuff is sterling silver. The advantage of that is we don't have to replate. We can just buff it out, looks like new, re-engrave it, and it's all set to go.
And the technology today, a lot of it's based on lasers.
Yeah.
Maybe you could show us exactly what we mean by laser technology.
Certainly. Love to.